Hello and welcome to video related to data types inside Power BI Desktop. When you are importing data from external source, Power BI Desktop tries to convert it to one of the 9 data types it uses. One of the basic requirements of Power BI is that one column should contain only one type of data out of various data types which are currently available. You can't assign multiple data types to a single column. Assigning a correct data type is very important and it will have an impact on the result from which you will get it from DAX. So let us understand the various data types currently available and how to assign these to a particular column inside Power BI Desktop. Now on screen you can see the list of all the data types which are available. The first one is decimal number, which will simply saves the number with maximum 15 decimal digits. Now, instead of 15 decimal digits, you can also use fixed decimal digit as a data type to have only specified number of decimals. Next data type is whole numbers, which is used on numbers where you don't expect any decimal digits. So all of these three data types can be used on positive as well as negative numbers. Moving on, next is date or time data type. This data type is mostly used on log files where date and timestamp is captured. Considering the 3 rules of normalization, I would not suggest you to use this data type or have this kind of data sets. You should separate the date and time details into a separate column. And once you have information separated, you can then assign the individual columns with date and time data type which are available next. Now, one of the most frequently used data type is text, and I guess it is self-explanatory. One of the factors to be aware of is that although your data source may produce numeric data at the time you author your model, at some point in future, it may start to include non-numeric data, and that will cause errors during the data refresh. So this is more likely to happen when a data source provides few suggestions as to the base data type automatically. So make sure that you are identifying a numeric data which should not be considered as a number, but then manually identified as a text. So you will have to change that manually. Next is true and false. These are rarely used. And finally, last but not the least, is binary data type. This data type is assigned to the file contents normally, which is either hyperlinked or imported from a folder. So with that, let us have a look at inside Power BI Desktop and see how we can assign these various data types to a particular column. Now, here in this Power BI Desktop, we have opened preparing data for dashboard file. So this time, let us go and see sales data and see where we can assign the various data types. Now, currently, if you see on order date, we have in under modeling tab data type as date. So you can assign just from this data type, you can change it to date, time if it is already captured. Otherwise, you can select a column and assign a data type. Now let us go and see for order date key, it is being assigned as a whole number. So instead of that, let us say I want to assign is a text. So I can select it from the drop down text and it will get assigned. Similarly, for other items also, you can go and change the data type as required. So for this unit price, let us see what is the data type. It is decimal number, which is already been identified. But you can go and change to the fixed decimal number or whole number as required. Now, since there are decimal digits, I won't be selecting a whole number as of now. It will be the only decimal number which I can select. So this way you can assign the data type to various columns. So you can play around with other data types on your own. In next video, we'll be looking at formatting the data types using this column or using these features. So that's it like from my side guys. See you in next video.